started off with 10 fasters. We lost 2 for medical reasons, but the other 8 have held on really strong. Inside the hotels, the workers are abuzz. They're really proud of the fasters who have, given up food for 7 days to bring this issue to a head. The issue in the struggle for healthcare.
I've never experienced anything even close to going without food for 7 days, not even 1 day. So this is really something. It's been their home for the past 7 days. Incredible.
Currently I'm a cashier. I've worked here the last 6 years in food and beverage. We are fasting because we have been trying to negotiate with Disney for the past 2 years. We've been in a labor dispute with them. And what's going on is that we want to have affordable health care. And it's something that we've had in the past, and now Disney is trying to force us to go into their plan where we'd have to pay a lot more and we won't be able to afford it.
What's it like being on a fast? I've never done anything like this.
It's a bit intense, First couple days you have really bad headaches and hunger pains and stuff like that. I got really sick a couple nights ago. My blood sugar dropped and I was really nauseated and dizzy.
And how long have you worked here?
A little over 5 years.
And what part of the resort do you work in?
The Disneyland Hotel and a few of the restaurants.
What made you decide to take this measure, which seems pretty drastic, to make a stand?
Well, this has got to end. I mean, we aren't asking that much from Disney, and they need to realize that everybody needs health insurance. We do forgo decent raise increases, so we can pay for health insurance, and it's just everything's raising and rising.
It's been a roller coaster physically. There's been days where it's, particularly for me, Sunday and last night, it's when it really hit me hard.
And how many days have you been here, George?
This is my 7th. I've been a bellman at the Disneyland Hotel for a little bit over 12 years. I feel that Disney doesn't see us, the workers, as human beings. I think when they talk about us, we're more like numbers, statistics. We're on a piece of paper, and instead of us being workers, it's like percentages and just math to them. And with this hunger strike, we were hoping, and I'm hoping, that we touch a human chord. Somewhere in there, somewhere within those people that make decisions up in the corporate offices that decide what's going to happen to our health care. Because after all, it is literally a matter of life and death for us. If we don't have that health care, we can't go to the doctor, or we can't afford it. There's lives on the line here. So we're hoping that they just realize that they have a huge responsibility in their hand.
I've been working here at Disneyland Hotel for 9 years as a bell clerk.
I see. And you're out here on the fast? How long have you been out here fasting?
I've been out here since yesterday at 12 o'clock. What's important for me, for number 1, is to get the respect and justice from the company. Number 2 is affordable health care.
Well, I've been working at Disney for 15 years, and I'm the bowel services captain at the Paradise Pier Hotel. Of course, you feel hungry, but because you're doing it for a purpose, you're able to think about that more than the hunger itself. For me personally, the fast is a way in which I can create a communion with the Spirit and evolve a meditation and prayer. My hope is that we can resolve the differences that divide us. By doing that, we could come back to the negotiating table and get a contract that we could all be proud of, both the union and the company.
And how long have you been here at Disneyland, Eddie?
4.5.
4.5 years? And what's your job here at Disney?
Laundry.
Okay.
Laundry department.
You experienced some suffering out here as part of the fast. What happened for you?
Well, the second day, and the nurse came and take my pressure, and it was pretty high.
Really?
So she told me that I have to go home. But before I go home, I have to go to the doctor because it was pretty high. So I didn't want to go home, but I didn't want to stay. But she said, I got to. A lot of people need a new contract. They need a fair trial, because it's hard right now. They're making millions and millions of dollars, and for the employees have to suffer. I don't think that's fair for us.
Hello, sí se puede, sí se puede. Sí se puede, sí se puede, sí se puede, sí se puede.
Here there's a lot of workers, a bit over 2,000 workers that have been working without a contract for the last 2 years. They're fighting for health care and so they can have a defined benefits plan, and Disneyland hasn't been able to negotiate that with them. You know? So these workers are working hard for very low wages, and even that they don't want to, Disneyland doesn't want to work with them.
who have been fighting against Disney's greedy attempts to make healthcare unaffordable for many and to actually reclassify hundreds of workers, stripping them from their healthcare and other benefits.
If the Disney company is in trouble, it is not telling its shareholders that. It is not telling the stock analysts on Wall Street Disney's profits are fat and healthy. Attendance at this park is strong. If a worker here makes under $400 per week for 40 hours, how dare this company say that that person, if she or he has a family, should pay more than 1/4 of his or her monthly earnings for health insurance? How dare they? Remember, Disney managers, the workers are barely asking for crumbs from your rich table. They are the ones who make everything succeed for you. Will you deny them even that? The time is short. The flames of hell are hot. He who has ears to hear, let him listen.
Let us pray that this nourishment gives them and gives us the inspiration to continue the mission, to seek justice from Disney, whether it rains or whether it shines, whether there is food or whether there is no food. We will continue our fight against Disney until justice is served.
We shall overcome someday.
We want to send a message to Disney. This is not an Orange County fight.
No. Man, no way.
Wherever you are, we're going to be there. We have unions in Tokyo. We have unions in France. We have unions everywhere a Disney store is. If they don't want to settle this thing, we're going to fight them. We're going to go wherever they are, and we're going to present our case to people until Disney realizes that Workers United would never be defeated.
Yeah! And what corporations too often forget is that they don't take care of the guests. They don't carry the bags, cook the food, serve the drinks, make the rooms, clean the floors. People that run these corporations, they don't do that. You do that. We know that our government in Washington and our government in Sacramento has failed to deal with the problems that we have in this terrible economy, and in particular, our government has failed to deal with health care off the job and with safety on the job. And so it is left to workers and unions, and either willingly or unwillingly, also it's left to corporations to deal with health care, to deal with safety on the job. When Disney is finally persuaded or forced to do the right thing, we'll write the history the way it should have been written. We'll put your names up front because you will make Disney do the right thing for you and your families, for this community, and for this country. God bless you all.